Welcome back, students. We have with us again Dr. Toy Geil from the University of Wyoming Counseling Center. And we have some follow-up questions that we're hearing from parents and families and students, particularly when they're struggling or perhaps in isolation, or they are now having a direct contact with someone who has been ill, and now they are needing to quarantine. What might that look like, Toy, for students in that situation? And perhaps even if a student or the entire campus has to take a pause, for example, and those pauses are, a few days, and students are, they don't have roommates and they're feeling alone, what other resources might also be available on campus?
So if you find that at some point as we move through the semester that you're in isolation or you're quarantining, I think what's really important is remind yourself that, this is challenging, and I'm not alone, that there are resources for me. And then of course, we're going to want you to reach out to those resources. A wonderful resource for students is through campus recreation, and that is the Wellness Center. And we offer some wonderful programming through the Wellness Center. Some of that programming includes a Big Sky mindfulness workshop that students can sign up for. We're going to also be offering a self-love and happiness workshop, which is all about really learning to hold yourself with a lot of compassion in the midst of all these changes. So students can go to the Wellness Center website and look at the programming there and then get signed up for some of that programming. I think that can be helpful. Other things that students, I would encourage them to consider, if you're in quarantine or you're in isolation, set up some time where on a regular basis you're connecting with family and friends on the telephone or through Zoom, so you're keeping those connections alive. I'd also suggest that you do some other things, like if you're well enough and you're in quarantine or isolation, go to the recreation center, look at those videos and do some of those yoga videos in your room. There's also a lot of really great websites for yoga on the internet, or for just stretching activities on the internet. So search the internet, for yoga activities, stretching activities, exercise activities. And again, the Recreation Center is going to be an awesome site for that. They got lots of videos. Be physically active if you can be physically active. Be making calls and setting up Zoom with people in your support network so that you're staying connected. And if you're feeling, really alone and you're just like, man, I just don't feel like I got anyone I can reach out to, I'm going to really encourage you, go ahead, call the counseling center. Give us a call and let the front desk know that things have been pretty challenging, that you're isolating or quarantining, and you're wanting to have a chance to talk with a counselor. And then we can get you connected and then look at what other resources are available for you. And you might just want to call the counseling center and if you're like, I don't really want to do counseling, but I do just kind of want to have a consultation with one of the mental health clinicians, and just talk a little bit about what might be available for me, then go ahead, call the counseling center, let them know that you're a student at the University of Wyoming and you're really just wanting to have a chance to do a consultation with a counselor about some resources that may be available to you. And then we'll get you connected and have some discussions around what might be available on the internet and what might be available, in other areas, and including counseling for you.
So, Dr. Geil, as we think about this shift in our campus community and the new phased approach for our students, what are some strategies or resources from your lens that they could take advantage of?
As we're entering this time of uncertainty to some degree, we've got our phased approach, and we're moving into that with the goal of bringing all of our main campus students back to Laramie. Things are a little bit uncertain. They're kind of unfolding as we go along. And so for our mental health, I think one of the most important things that students can do is reach out, talk to, and connect with people who you trust and are supportive of you. Talk about your feelings, talk about your experiences, and know that other students are struggling too, and know that you're not alone in that. As a nation, many students are going through this process of a phased approach to being back in college. And so you're not alone in that, and really embrace that and really connect to the supportive people in your life. And some other things that you can do for your mental health is get out and exercise. Take some walks if you can. Get into nature if you can. And I know some of that may depend on where you're located in the country and what guidelines are in place by the various state health departments. If you can get out and walk, get out in green space, get out in nature. And as you're outside, really bring your senses to the smells around you, the sights around you, the air on your skin, the color of the sky, the sound of the birds. If you're in your neighborhood, the sound of a lawnmower running. Just really be present with what is unfolding in that moment as you're outside. And then if you're inside and you're not getting the opportunity to be outside, take some time to stretch and take some time to just look around at your environment and appreciate what is in your environment that supports you as a person and supports you in your learning. If you got one of these, have some gratitude for that computer that helps you connect with your classes, with your family and friends. Be grateful for the things around you. I know, when I'm at home, I'm like phenomenally grateful for my refrigerator. If you're blessed to have a pet and you like pets, spend some time with your pet, hold your pet your pet, make cooing noises to your pet and let your pet know you love your pet, and your pet's going to love you right back. So I think those things can be helpful. Other things that we've talked about on COVID page for the University of Wyoming is don't spend like a ton of time looking at all the COVID news. If you want to, be anxious, then just surf the net on COVID for an extended period of time. It's important, be well informed. Spend, maybe 10, 15 minutes a day looking at what the latest news is regarding COVID, and then just put that away. So I think those are a few things that students can do to just kind of work with their mental health and just know, things are changing and it's hard. As much as things might be a struggle in one moment, in the next moment, it'll be something else. And it might actually be a really pleasant and beautiful moment. And when those moments happen, notice them and take them in and appreciate them. And know that we are going to get through this. We as the University of Wyoming are going to get through this. We as a nation are going to get through this. This is not going to last forever. And just truly hold that in your heart and know that. And then I do want to say, sometimes what we really need is we really need to connect with a supportive person outside of our usual network of friends and family. And if you do need to connect with a supportive person outside your network of friends and family, counseling can be an incredible resource and can be very healing and very supportive. And I will invite you, if you think that counseling would be helpful, go ahead and call the University Counseling Center at 307-766-2187 and talk to our front desk about the services we offer. And then we'll work to get you connected either with us if you're here on campus or in the state of Wyoming, or we'll help to get you connected to resources in your area if you're out of state. And we can all use a little extra help sometimes. And it's actually a sign of strength and resilience to reach out for mental health services to support you through challenging times.
Greatly appreciate that. And I think our students, even in isolation or during a pause, still know they have plenty of resources and that there will be someone, either on Zoom or not, but a live person to talk to that can offer support and clarification, particularly during times of feeling isolated. So with that, Dr. Geil, I really appreciate your time this morning, and we will be back in touch.